Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear student, today we will discuss about the IELTS writing test, and in this particular video we will discussing about the different tools and techniques how to attempt the writing test in IELTS. So there are a lot of techniques and way you will get good bands, usually the 8 band you can get it if you follow the rules and regulation and instruction, and as well as these suggestion will be very useful for you. So this video has a lot of information for you if you want to get good marks in your task 2, particularly in your writing test. So this video will give you extraordinary information. Step by step I will give you the information, and you should watch this video till at last so that you can understand how to cope and how to get good marks in the IELTS reading test. So after watching this video, you will be able to learn about the tools and technique of writing section. This video will give you something information that will help you in your getting good marks in your IELTS writing test. So before starting this lecture, I would request you to subscribe my channel so that you can receive my all videos on daily basis. So come to the first slide. I would give you the first suggestion before starting this. I would like to give you some information to achieve a 8 band IELTS writing test 2. You will need to produce an essay that contains all positive features contained in the band 8 writing assessment criteria. Let's take a look at these things which will be able to give you good marks using the band description as guide. We are going to go through the 8 steps. These 8 steps are very important. So to get on your way to band 8 in writing test task 2, we will start with the task response before moving through the all criteria that show what the examiner will looking for in your response. So my first step is there, that is the answer. That answer, the first step is for learning answer is relevant to the question. Your answer should be relevant to the question. So what would be the technique? Answer what you have been asked in the question. Don't produce an essay that is close to a topic you have previously prepared. Make sure your example and ideas are relevant. If you generalize too much and not specific enough, this will affect how your ideas are presented in the examiner. So what kind of thing you have to do and what kind of thing you don't need to do. So I have given them a different color. This is color and orange color that will give you have to do this in your particularly section. Make sure your ideas are directly related to the question. So first suggestion is this, the idea and the example that you are familiar with and that relate directly to the topic. You should use such kind of technique which help you to that relate the basically topic. The third suggestion is there, you have to do this, extend your answer to include a number of ideas that will support the question. It means that you have to expand your ideas that will help you to prove that is 100% right. So what kind of thing you don't need to do? Include irrelevant information. Most of the people write irrelevant information. They are just beating about the bush here and there. Don't write the information which is not relevant, irrelevant, which is irrelevant. Overgeneralize. Some people have to make the all statement overgeneralize. You should not overgeneralize. You should generalize things, but you don't need to. You should be specific to your topic. Produce a memorized essay. Whatever you are producing in front of them, you should produce a memorized essay. Present a recent research or statistics related to the topic. At least 41% of all men. So you should, whatever you are giving your argument in your essay in task 2, you should write the latest information, not the very old information, and you should give the latest and updated information about this. These are the 3 things which you have to do, and 3 or 4 things are there you have to don't do. This thing, answer irrelevant question. So come to the next one, that is that will help you to do. Second step is answer all parts of the questions. You must read the question carefully and decide how many parts are in it. You must answer all parts of question to reach a band 6 or higher. Let's look at some example IELTS question prompt and see how many parts are in it. If you need to present your opinion, remember it is very important to present a clear position when answering the statement to show that you understand the question being asked and to keep that position clear throughout the essay. So what kind of thing you have to do that and what kind of thing you doesn't do this. So these are the second step, that is answer all part of the questions. What kind of thing you should do? Read the question carefully and decide how many parts are in it. Okay, next you have to do this for getting good marks. Present your opinion and support it throughout the whole essay. You should need to support your essay throughout the whole essay. Your opinions are very precious. If asked to present both views, make sure each view is present equally familiar paragraph length. If you are making argument in the favor of your opinion, you should write something, and if you are writing against your opinion, your weightage would be similar. You should go with the same way. Watch for the periods. If you are asked to give the advantage, you must present a minimum of 2. You should give 2 advantages something. Watch for end and you need to comments or make then element write more than 250 words. So these things you have to do this for getting good marks, and these are the things you don't need to do because that things will not give you good marks. Ignore parts of the questions. If there are a lot of parts, just ignore it. Assume that your opinion is clear. You the first person to ensure that the examiner knows that it is your opinion. I think or we think. It means that you use the first person pronoun because it would be your opinion, not anyone else. Tell the examiner what you are going to say and what you have said. Produce a short essay. You should write a short essay so that it could be very understandable. So jump to the next one. Our next slide is over here. We will discuss about the next. You have to do this thing and you don't need to do this thing. The third one is the third one. Step 3 is over here. Organizing your essay logically with clear progression using the linking phrases. So this is the third one. You have to do this thing. Before starting this, I would give you the opinion about this. Ideas must be expressed and ordered clearly, starting with the introduction and moving to a conclusion. If you are asked to present both views and your opinion, state your opinion at the beginning of the essay and then move to on to present both views. You can come back to your own opinion and then conclude the essay. This is logical way to present these ideas. What kind of thing you have to do for achieving such kind of thing, and you don't need to do. Firstly, I would go through the what thing you would do. Use a range of linking words and phrases, but don't overuse them. You don't need to use again and again. You should do a phrasal verb and as well as the linking verb. Use adverbial phrases. Adverbial phrases are there rather than to single basic linkers. The third suggestion is this: use the referencing or substituting to avoid repetition. This, them, the issue, the problem. You don't need to use the word again and again because the repetition of words are very dangerous while you are attempting task 2 in your IELTS. Fourth, you use punctuation to make your writing coherence. Coherence means to make link between the passages. Make sure that the ideas are sequenced correctly. Make sure your ideas are logical and easy to follow. Use the separate paragraph for the introductions and the conclusion. The last one is use one paragraph for each idea or the topic. It means that if you are giving 5 opinions or 5 ideas, your paragraph should be 5. So what kind of thing you don't need to do while organizing your essay logically? Overuse basic linking verb like firstly. Instead, try using the first reason for, the primary reason for. Don't use such kind of word that would also not good for your particular task 2. Start every sentence with a linker. Try to put in the middle or the sentence. Some people believe something like that. However, that individual must also take responsibility, because if we are talking, some people believe, why we are not talking about ourselves responsibility for the environment, or I believe on the other hand that the individual do not have the responsibility. So use numbers, symbols and abbreviation 1, 2, etc. and you can use it easily. Use headings and subheadings, because this is very important. Use the heading. If you have 3 to 4 more ideas which support your main heading, you should use the subheading. Underline words and the phrases. You should use the underlined verb and phrases. That would also make sure that it would also help you in this way. Use one sentence paragraph. It means that would be only one sentence paragraph. Start every sentence with the linking device. So linking devices are very important. You should start with that. That would help you to deal with it. So this is my third step which make your essay up to the mark. That is, organize your essay logically with clear progression using the linking phrases. So jump to the next one. That is, the fourth step is organizing your essay into paragraph, because that is very mandatory when you are writing task 2. Organize your essay into paragraph. So use paragraph to organize your essay into clear parts. Make sure each paragraph contains a clear and developed topic with a minimum of 2 sentences. You can use the acronym PEEL when writing your essay. PEEL is over here, P-E-E-L, PEEL. First PEEL start with a what is PEEL. Introduce your topic and topic sentence. Then there is E, example, an example that supports your point of view. Explain. Then again E, why this evidence supports your point. And L is at the end of the PEEL. Transitions to the next topic of the paragraph. You must use enough paragraph to clearly show a structured response that will show that you can organize and present your thought and ideas logically. So there are the basic things you have to do. So we will discuss about this, what kind of thing you have to do while attempting your reading. Use paragraph. Paragraph is very compulsory. Use linker within your paragraph. That would be must be the link would be there, that would also connect your ideas to the second paragraph. Leave a space between each paragraph or line. You should give a space so that could be easy to understand that okay, this paragraph has another thought, and no, you are writing another paragraph that is another thought. Use paragraph for the each topic. So your paragraph, each topic you should write, and use an introduction and conclusion. That is, introduction is very compulsory and as well as conclusion is very compulsory. So these things you can do it. No, we will come to, don't use for organizing your essay into paragraph. Use single sentence paragraph. That would be only single sentence. And the next thing is use very long paragraph that cover a whole page IELTS on paper. So this is very important to attempt the organizing your essay into paragraph. So my next slide is over. We will discuss about the next slide, that is use less common vocabulary and spell it correctly. So this is very important to do it. So we will discuss about this thing. Use less common vocabulary and spell it correctly. So before starting this slide, I would give you some suggestion. You will see that the band description, that band 8 writer skillfully uses common lexical item. When we learn a language, we use common and uncommon term. Common term are words and phrases we use every day to refer the person experience or daily habits. Uncommon terms are used when we have discussion the specific topic and when we use the idiomatic language phrasal verb. Words that are old-fashioned and not used in the everyday speech should not be used. If you choose the synonyms or meaning must be same and must be altered the idea being presented. For example, adolescent and teenager have close meaning then can be used interchangeably. However, Toddler and baby have quite different meaning. Collocations is also mentioned in the band 8, and it is assumed that you know which word go together and which word are suitable to use for the different topics. If you are discussing child crime, you could use the term minor and as well as the legal term used to description the child under 18. If you use phrasal verb, make sure that you are using the correct preposition as it can change the meaning, such as throw out or throw away, that is mean discard, throw up or vomit or get sick. Idioms, culture, language should only be used if you understood them completely and if they fit to the topic you are discussing. So what kind of thing you can do while attempting the use of less communication vocabulary and spell it correctly? So we will discuss about this, what kind of thing you do and what kind of thing you don't do. Use precise word choice. Precise words are very necessary for your this task. Use language that we use in everyday speech. So updated word you can use it in your particular task. Use word that you understand. Don't use to, because some word have denotatively and connotatively different meaning. So use very active vocabulary what you have understand it well. Use word and phrases that are related to the topic, because the topic is very important. You should use such kind of word which associate, which link the topic. Use collocations and phrasal verb that go together naturally. Environmental pollution, major issues, promising future. Use such kind of thing. So what kind of thing you don't need to do? Make spelling mistake. You don't need to make any spelling mistake. Make topics, mix up American and British spelling. You should use one or to the other. Use a word if you don't understand it or cannot spell it. Use imprecise word like a stuff or thing. Don't use such kind of word. Use the slang like guana. You can also use, you don't need to use guana, wana or such kind of thing. Use old fashioned language, the message, denizens, myopics, view or hetero. You don't need to do such kind of thing. Overuse synonyms, one is enough, is idioms or cliches. So use contraction, can't and don't can't. You should use also contractions. Construction are very important, but over here you don't need to do construction. You have to write the full word. So we will go to the next one. Next one is very important. There are the 6 steps. Don't use memorized language and phrases and example that will also give you some information. Before starting this slide, I will give you some clue. Don't use any memorized language, phrase or example throughout your essay. They are easy for examiner to spot and don't demonstrate your ability to write fluently. Overused phrases, idiom, proverbs and cliches should also be avoided. Again, they are often used when speaking. It means that these are associated with the speaking skill. These include phrases like the grass is always greener on the other side, love is blind, off the top of my head, old is gold, a friend in need is a friend indeed. Additionally, and the following terms should not be used when writing, as they are vague and don't address to a task appropriately. You should always use clear language and make appropriate word choose that will express your ideas clearly. So what kind of thing you have to do? So there are four columns there. It has given the bad expression, good expression, bad and good. So you should do something like that nowadays. So you what it is not good, so you should use in these days. Can't, you show construction, you don't need to use. Cannot, you can use cannot. Controversial issue, you can use it. Major issue. The pros and cons, this is bad, benefit and drawbacks. Firstly, the primary reason why, so use the primary reason. Secondly, lack of education is another reason, you don't need to use secondly. The crux of the discussion, yeah, this is not good, this is very old fashioned. The main key issue is stuff thing, you need to use it, use the correct word etc. Don't need to. For example, you use for example. Every coin has two sides, faces. Don't need to use such kind of thing. There are both advantages and disadvantages. A double-edged sword, you have to use that. The solution can be cause issue as. In a nutshell, you should introduce in a conclusion so that can be very easy to understand it. So the next word is this use a variety of complex sentence structure. So this is very important. Use the variety of complex sentence structure. Before starting the grammar and common error, I would like to talk a bit about this. At band 8, it is accepted that you can use a wide range of structure accurately to present your ideas and opinion. Show the examiner that you can use a wider range of structure and make sure your sentences are error free. It is important to use a mix of complex and simple sentences, but remember your complex sentence should not be long and complicated. Your punctuation need to be accurate using capitalizations, commas and full stop correctly. The most common error made by can be found below. What are these things that are very common while you attempting this task? Okay, what is grammar? We will discuss about. Relative clause are there. We will use a common error using the pronoun incorrectly, who, that and which. Additional clause, choosing the wrong tense of the clause, that is zero clause or type 1, 2 or 3, because we have 3 sentences. Present perfect and past, choosing the wrong tense have or have had. Passive voice, choosing the wrong participle because present participle is there and past participle is there. While attempting this talk, your structure should be accurate. Gerunds, making error with the ing. Countable nouns are there and uncountable, making error with the singular and plural nouns. Articles, there are a, and the, using the a, and the incorrectly and not using it all. So subject verb agreement, because subject verb agreement is very important, because always subject agreement or verb always action according to the subject. And someone said that the subject is the father of the sentence. So your father, according to the father, the sentence would be made. The girls are singular, the plural, such as the girls are. Prepositions are also there, choosing the wrong and dependent preposition and correct preposition of the place and so on. And at last, the punctuation that use incorrectly, not use at all. So these are 7 stages, and the use a variety of complex sentence structure, because complex sentence structure will give you a lot of number, because they actually want to check that the examiner is also want to check, okay, what kind of expressions and variety of sentence you can use according to the structure. So at last, there is the last part you have to do this, that is checklist. Before starting this, you have to check this so that you can understand it. Use the following checklist to make sure that your writing contain all the positive feature at band 8. So what kind of technique you would do it? So I would give you the table is over here, you can watch it. This is the first one is that is the task response. Did you answer all the part of the question sufficiently? Are your all ideas and sport directly relevant and to the questions? Did you avoid overgeneralizing the topic? Does the examiner know exactly what you think, and do you present this position clearly for the whole essay? Did you support your ideas with a clear example, not vague research and survey result? Did you write over 250 words? So this is your checklist. So I would discuss about that is coherence and cohesion. So link between the passages. So that is very important. Can the examiner follow your ideas easily from the beginning of your essay to the end? So make it very clear so that he may understand easily. Does it progress clearly? Introduction, main ideas and supporting example, conclusions. Did you use a range linking word and phrases? Did you avoid repetition and starting everyday sentence with the linking device? Firstly, secondly, thirdly, Have you used such kind of thing? Did you referencing these issues and substitutions problem and issue correctly? Did you use the sufficient paragraph? Did you use the paragraph to develop each ideas? Is there a clear introductory concluding paragraph? So this is one thing which makes you very clear. So I would like to that's the lexical sources. So what kind of lexical sources you have to do it? Did you use the range of vocabulary that is on the topic? Did you precise vocabulary choices? Did you avoid memorized language, cliches, double-edged word and proverbs? Did you collocations correctly, environmental problem, global issue? Did you use appropriate uncommon words, determinantals and to the cultural diversity and measures? Did you correct the spelling mistake? Did you check the types? Did you use the correct form of word you needed, adverb, noun, adjective and verb? So this is the checklist, and at the last, and that is very important, that is grammatically range and accuracy, that will also give you good marks in your this band. Did you use simple and complex sentence structure accurately? Did you use a range of structure, confidential, present perfect, relative clause, modals, verb? Did you avoid long complicated sentence? Are you sentence error free? Did you punctuate correctly? Did you use capital letter to start sentence and for proper nouns? Did you use commas in your complex sentence where needed? If the governments invest fund in the implementing environmentally friendly solution, pollutions and the atmosphere will be reduced. Did you use full stop to finish the sentence? So these are the basic thing which able you to do your good marks. So I have given you the checklist and the basic point that would help you to get 8 band. So this is end from my side. That is my presentation that is going to be end. If you have any question regarding this writing task 2 in the writing, you may also send me email. My email is mentioned over there, and as well as my contact number is over there. You can also WhatsApp me and as well as email me, and I will be able to give you your all questions and answer what you are asking me. So before ending, tomorrow my next video will be very important issue, that is IELTS in speaking tests, and speaking test is very important for gaining good marks. So I will discuss about the speaking. You may also write me, and before ending I would say you goodbye. Allah Hafiz. Thank you so much for watching this channel. Assalamu alaikum. Allah Hafiz.